Morning, live and direct from Hanapepe. My name is Seth Womble, and this is CANversations, episode 6. Today we're going to be speaking with Kawehi. This is brought to you by the Spirit of Can, and we're going to be having a talk with her and discovering what it's been like for her over these last 6 weeks or 8 weeks or longer, the changes that she might have been through, some of the struggles, as well as some of the goals that she's putting forth now working towards the future. So let's see if we can find her. This is a champion of a woman, not just in the ring in MMA, but in life in general. We're looking for Kawehi to come on in. Well, aloha and good morning. We've just started our 6th episode of CANversations. It is May 14th on Thursday. We're going to be speaking with an MMA radical lady. Kawehi, where are you? Sorry, I'm saying her name wrong. Kawehi. Where are you? Let's talk. I know she's got some stories. Aloha, you guys that are out there. Thanks for chiming in. I see a few of you regulars. That's really cool that you guys are listening in and seeing what this is all about. Hopefully you're able to spread some love around the community that you're in. Keep that spirit of Can alive. It's not just a positive thought. It's a mindset. It's not about just saying yes to everything. It's about figuring out what you can do rather than thinking about what you can't. Kawehi, there you are. Kawehi. God, I'm going to get your name right. I apologize. This is my first time to speak with her live. Let's pull you in. Kawehi, good morning. There you are.
Aloha. Hi. Good morning.
Thank you. I struggle when I have to sit here and talk to myself for too long. It's really bad.
No, you're fine. I get to me sometimes. Sorry, I
Right
was
on.
trying to press it, and I think I was pressing it at the same time you're trying to request me.
This is one of those weird new things that we're all having to struggle and experience with, right?
Right? Yeah.
Technology is something we gotta use right now. So,
Especially during this time, I honestly never use Zoom, even with my side business as much. And at least I know that I've been accumulating new skills, during this time.
yeah.
So that's positive about it all.
And that growth doesn't come without challenges.
Yes, definitely. I will admit to everybody, I have made a bunch of calls to my younger cousins and friends asking, advice on the technology side, like our
Good.
phones and whatnot. So, it all worked out. Got to reconnect with them at the same time. My little cousins are teaching me things that I never thought they would.
And then look at this. This is a nutshell version of what we're going to be talking about during this episode. In 3 minutes, you just kind of just packaged it all up. You reached out to people for help. You're experiencing new things. You're making changes in your life. Look at that. So away we go. I don't want to, we could, I imagine being able to sit and talk with you for quite a long time. These feeds will cut us off at an hour. So let me just go ahead and let you tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, how you got to where you are right now as best you can.
Okay. Sorry, I need my coffee.
Yeah, I'm with
you.
you.
Got your coffee too? There we go. Aloha, everybody. My name is Kawehi, Granito-Wallace. Try to make this a short story, but long story short, born and raised in Hilo. Went to school Hilo High, on the Big Island, and I moved over here to Maui about 5 years ago. I do MMA. I fight in the ring. As my, I guess you could say, other profession that I do besides loving the ocean and loving, our environment, just being a kanaka and whatnot. And I've been here for 5 years, and just through the 5 years that I have been here on Maui, I've been very fortunate, to make new connections, make new friends, all this stuff. But also, I've had a lot of injuries. I have had 3 knee surgeries. I have had my most recent knee injury. I can't really entail just because I do have a fight coming up, so my coaches don't want nobody knowing about it.
Yeah, and if you don't really acknowledge it, then you've got a better healing path too. That's the power in that.
Yeah. So long story short, I've just been on Maui, and I've been pushing through. I've been having a lot of adversities. I honestly lost two of my bestest friends that I spent mostly every day with before I moved over here to Maui. And um, they're the people who motivated me, who pushed me. They were my friends who didn't fight, but they would always be like, okay, Kawehi, you gotta go run, and then we can go to the beach and hang out. Like, or they'll be like, okay, let's go to the pool, you know, do your workouts first. So I've had to learn how to, I guess, really deal with those close, intimate losses in my life. On top of being here in Maui, I moved here on my own. I was 19 when I moved. I kind of just was like, my friends, family allowed me to stay with them. I came to visit her for a weekend, and they're like, hey, we believe in you, we support you, and you can like sleep on our couch until, you know, you can get things going for you. And I was like, wow. Like, just met, you know, my friend's parents. I knew her for years, and long story short, I'm here still 5 years later, and I've been really blessed. I've gotten back in the ring. My last fight, I fought for Donald Cerrone, Cowboy. If any of you guys are familiar, he just fought actually the other day, lost against Anthony Pettis. But I fought for his show, traveled. Me and my teammate traveled all the way to Virginia. Starting Virginia, the farthest us local girls have ever been. And we won. We came back
That's
with
far.
a win. Yes, very far. I took this fight on 3 weeks' notice. Didn't know how it was gonna happen, guys. I just was like, okay, I have this opportunity, and they told me I need to pay for my flight, I need to pay for my corner. So I'm like, I gotta find X amount of dollars, you know, in like a week.
Jeez.
It was stressful, but I had faith. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've been through a lot, and I did have faith.
Yeah.
I ended up selling my truck for super cheap. Did what I need to do. Had amazing, you know, random people, just acts of kindness, and we got there. Went there, did the job, came home, went back to work. You know, so that's where I'm at right now. Just been preparing for my next match, and really, I've been honestly just preparing to beat this battle with all of you. You know, like this. I don't know what you want to call it, if we're allowed to call it. Corona.
Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we're allowed to call it Corona, but it has definitely been a battle. I'm sure if any of you folks have traveled, you know, somewhere else in this world, or you don't live where you're born and raised, I feel for you guys, and I feel for the ones even that are at home where they're born and raised, because I'm sure it's been difficult not being able to see the people you love every single day, whether it's your family or your teammates. Like, I miss my teammates, you know, I miss the energy, and throughout all that, I've just been finding myself really, like, I guess you could say, focusing on myself, like our self-growth, and that's what's been getting me through everything. Yeah.
It's strange how it's hard to say that, huh?
Yeah, I think I just, saying that out loud just was like, whoa, you know,
But it's good. It's really okay. But isn't it strange how hard it is to say, I want to take care of myself?
Yeah. I was like kind of stuttering, like, but once it's out in, you know, the world, then I can be able to manifest it and work towards it. First step. See right here, the first step of trying. Yeah, but I mean,
We're with you. Well, Matt,
yeah,
we got a lot to talk about. I can tell already.
Yeah. Sorry, I can talk forever, so maybe I'll try to keep my answers shorter.
No, you're great. This is all about you and connecting with people out there that already know you, not only know you, but people that support you. So you've already started highlighting some of the things going into the pandemic that we're in now, that Andy from CAN is recoining a term calling it a CANdemic, because we're sitting here now focusing on the things that we can do rather than really hunkering down and being bummed out about what we can't do. We got to really just figure it out and keep moving forward, right? So you definitely highlighted some of the things.
Guys, I have my can right here.
Oh, that's the nice new one too. You guys check that out. Go
yeah,
ahead,
no, this again. Is really, I love, sorry, I'm going to stand up. I have my pants on. Paul's at home, but yeah, I love this material. It's really nice, guys. This is, you know how it won't give you, what is it called? Some tank tops, I've noticed, especially because a lot of different companies, they give me, what is it? The indentation, you know,
they cut into you a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, when they cut into you. Yeah. So I really appreciate this, Andy. If you're, yeah.
There you go. So I think they just put those in the shops around here, but we're not here to sell anything, but we definitely support this. And it's not
Yeah,
because it's a
yeah, yeah.
brand. And the reason we kicked off these conversations is to make sure that we're getting them the concept of what's behind that and the people that are behind that, because that's what's really
Yes.
important. I mean, a logo's cool and all that, but man, to paraphrase all the motivational statements that you've got in life down to one word, what could it possibly be?
Okay, one word. Oh, can. I was digging deep for that one.
I know. We
I
got to
was
keep it
like, I was like,
simple. We got to keep it simple.
but no, can is, just put it this way, guys. I don't know. I'm not gonna say the word with the T at the end because, like, just energy, the law of attraction. I don't know if you guys are familiar. What you put out into the world, comes back. I definitely believe in all that stuff. I'm not like all about supernatural things, but the word can, guys, is super powerful, and it's something that I have been told as a young athlete playing volleyball, basketball, all of our sports, up into just being an adult pushing through these times. So the most powerful is word, that alone by itself, for sure, hands
It's
down.
easy. Yeah,
Yeah,
easy. No argument.
yeah. There's no argument to it. Like, that is very true.
The world, life is full of energy and waves and things like that, and the whole ripple effect, call it what you want, butterfly effect, whatever, it's real.
Yeah,
You do a
it
good
is.
thing, it's going to ripple out into the world, and hopefully people will see that, and it can create magnitude. That ripple effect can grow. Same thing on the bad side.
Yes.
It depends on what kind of seeds you're planting. So you must have planted a whole bunch of really good seeds before going into these last 2 months or whatever. It's been really more than that for some people in other countries, but we're saying here in Hawaii, it's been essentially 2 months since we've had to be socially isolated and things
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
So what are some of those things that you were working towards that you had to give up? Let's highlight that first, and then we can talk about how you had to change your mindset and your goals.
Okay. So, wait, one more. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah,
Sorry.
easy. No, anything. There must have been some things that you were really like working hard towards, or maybe not. Like for some people going into this thing, there weren't a whole lot of big adjustments, but for some people,
Oh,
there were some
adjustment.
big
Okay.
things that they had to give up or change, or plans that got canceled, or events that they were really training hard for, things like that. So, I'm just trying to get a feel for what
Yeah.
happened for you when this thing set in.
For me personally, so I would have been fighting for a very big promotion in the mainland called Tough Enough. Um, a lot of you who don't fight, I know you might know Ronda Rousey, but that's where she had her amateur career. So I was supposed to be fighting for this promotion, in Las Vegas, and there, due to all the circumstances, I was actually planning to move there as well for the rest of my career. With everything being said, I had to cancel my flight, of course. I actually have half of my things up in Las Vegas right now, um, and just from that by itself, I would say I had to adjust to having all my things up there. And I'm like, wait, I quit my job, I signed over my lease, I did all these things, and I was ready to go
Yeah.
and I've been working so hard, I've been sacrificing so much for years for this, and then it was like, what, but then on top of that, like, I've been fortunate, I do work for my phone, so my other half, he got laid off, and it's not like to the point where I had family here. So those are some really big things that drastically, I would say, have affected us, besides everything kind of getting shutting down.
Sure.
We're best friends, so we're used to being around each other.
That
So
helps.
we definitely, I'm not gonna lie, people, we definitely had our times, but we have grown a lot stronger through this. So that was probably the biggest adjustments for me, is my things up there, and it's like, okay, you planned this whole thing. I was working hard. I ended up quitting my job. I was supposed to catch that flight and be up there, and then
Hmm.
it got put on hold. And then adjusting to the fact that I'm here, back home, still in Hawaii. What can I do here to help us out? Because my other half, I'm sure everyone has experienced unemployment and all those things. So
Sure. Yeah.
yeah,
That's good. No, that's big. That's hard when you put in so much time and planning and preparation, funds, whatever it takes to get somewhere, to just have, yeah, kind of like the rug ripped out from underneath you on some level.
Yeah.
I think everybody can definitely relate to that on some level right now, for sure. So then so this thing set in, and seems to be a common theme with a lot of the folks that I've spoken with over these last few weeks, that people have really grasped the opportunity to slow down. For me in particular, it's interesting. I never slow down unless I get injured or sick, ever.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, and so I didn't really get injured or sick, and so still felt healthy and strong, and had to slow down and had all these great projects to work on all of a sudden. Was that similar for you?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know we were talking about that, but yes. For me, I don't feel like I've gotten, like, I guess you could say, super thrown off by it, because even though our gyms are closed, I'm still going to work out, and then I surf, you know, so like we're in the ocean all the time. So it was like finally getting the time to just focus on that, to get back to our roots. I grew up in Big Island, so I'm used to seeing beaches with no tourists. Like every beach in Big Island, you don't see tourists, even in the sunset. Like, and so that's some things I was like, oh, finally I missed this. You know, Maui needs this, and I've been really enjoying, you know, just the environment, how the earth's been healing itself. But
big time,
I would say, yeah, more so. Yeah, you're like, I don't know how to, like, I've been able to recover, you know, take this time to heal from my injuries, and I'm like in the middle, I guess you could say, about it.
Totally. No, that seems like a really logical place to be, actually, because obviously things are crazy, and if you focus on the crazy, you're gonna get crazy.
Yeah,
you know.
Okay, sorry, I was like, I don't. No, you're fine. Okay, there, I see you. Breaking out. Okay.
To the people there, you know, it's not too important, but we do want to give these away. So at some point during this broadcast, we're going to ask a question. Yeah, sometime during this, we'll ask a question, and the first person in the comment section to give us the answer, we'll ship them a hat.
Nice. Okay, guys. I hope you guys papeaos are open to ears.
There you go.
Listening.
There you go.
Yes.
Hey, you want to introduce your guy too? Because that's really important. I think it's real, especially with all these Zoom meetings and stuff that are happening now. I've been talking to council members and all kinds of people in their homes with their pets and their dogs and babies screaming. That's real life. You know, so you can share your guy. Just no screaming.
Yeah, no screaming. I would actually love to show you my dog. I think my dog's cooler sometimes. Nah, my dog's first, and she's awesome. I taught her.
Show us your family.
Commands in a little. Yeah, come here, out here. This is my ohana. Come here. Baby, come here. Up.
Now, I told Kawehi before we got started that she couldn't step away from the camera for too long, or otherwise I'd make up songs about her on the ukulele.
Yeah, no,
definitely don't want that.
Okay, so this is Polycana.
All right.
My name is Polycana, Kawehi's boyfriend.
Aloha. All right. That's a big job, bro.
Yeah, big job.
Sure.
And this is Hakea.
Yeah, this is our daughter, Hakea.
Hakea, look.
Oh, she's a beauty.
Yeah, she's a hunting breed. We rescued her from the Humane Society.
That's the way.
I believe like 3 years ago, and she's amazing. You know, she doesn't bite, only barks at the ocean. Okay, actually, guys, we taught our dog how to dive under the water.
All right.
She can dive, and sometimes she doesn't know her limits, so we're still trying to figure that part out. But yeah, this is my ohana.
Beautiful.
Sorry, Polycana, he's 6'7". I don't know if I'm pretty tall.
Towering. No, you could tell that.
So
yeah.
I was like, okay, gotta angle up the camera.
Good. So you got somebody to help with the storage on the high shelves. I got to do that for my life too.
Yes. It's so funny because just a funny thing real quick. Sometimes we could be laying down and I'll be like, hey, can you turn off the light? And he's like, you're closer. I'm like, but you can reach over me. Like,
Go
it's
gadget
fine.
arm, just whoop.
Right? Yeah.
Cool. Well, so you did start talking a little bit about the MMA stuff, and what I'm curious now is segueing into kind of talking about. We highlighted a little bit of what you had to give up, and there were some matches and things like that you were training for. You had half moved pretty much already your life, and now you've gone through this period of time, and you found a new routine. Has obviously your routine had to change because you didn't get access to the gyms, but you have a home gym or something like that, or?
Yeah, so I mean, at home, I sorry, charging my phone. I like to use this term built from the Aina, because even though the gyms are down, we do have our Aina, and I've always been like, okay, well, my cardio, people ask me, how do you lose your weight? I'm like, well, ever since I've been recovering, I will lose my weight surfing. I will spend 3 sessions in the water if I need to, if that means I don't have to run 10 miles. Like, I will be honest.
Yeah, it's way more
So
gentle on the body for sure.
yes, and I do at home. I have like dumbbells, whatnot, but we live right up the road. We live in Wailea, Makena area in Maui, so we just go right down the road. I walk the beaches, run the beach. It's just simply like if you guys don't have any weights, you can pick up the rocks. Like, of course, put it back. Do not take it home with you or anything like that. But I'll grab branches and I'll do pull-ups on branches if you've seen, kind of those things. So that has been my new routine, is getting up, going to the beach, and I actually enjoy it. It's something that I'm going to continue to do. I think even when, training goes back on, because it kind of, I don't know, being by the water and the ocean, nature just helps my mind, gives me clarity. I'm like, okay, my day's starting. Like, look how beautiful it is. No matter if I'm in pain, running, I can look up and be like, I'm really grateful. And I have so much gratitude to be here, to be alive, and to say, like, I'm not only Kanaka, Maoli, but, like, this is where I live, and this is what I get to see every day, So I do. Yeah, if that answers the question, sorry.
No, that's perfect. You nailed it, and that's great because there's a lot of people that are bound to their gyms for training, and I really think that you miss out on an incredible element of that mental health aspect when you're exercising outside. Just as simple as that. So I talked to Poncho Sullivan yesterday, and his obvious answer for changing his mindset is go surfing. And I think that's totally, I can't agree more. Like, no matter what it is, just get in the ocean, period.
Good.
Surfing's great, diving, whatever, swimming, doesn't matter, floating on your back in the ocean. But not everybody's got access to that. So we started talking about ways that people can kind of get to that same mindset or change that negative word that we're not going to use anymore to can, and thinking about when you do get out in nature and you get those endorphins and everything going, plus the elements of the natural world around you, you get that free flowing thought thing that's happening. The world slips away, everything, you're just really in that moment, and you can hear things, you can see things clearer than ever. Is that,
No, that is definitely, like you said, surfing, that's my getaway from MMA. People are like, oh, MMA is your getaway from life. I'm like, surfing's the real balance here, or the ocean for me. But when, for instance, there's not always surf, and if people, like, we like to go on hikes, just try to get outdoor. But even if it's raining, or say there's nowhere that we can go hiking, it's weird as it sounds, guys. I watch documentaries. Like, I watch. There's Catch, Cook, and Clean. You can watch people fishing. You can watch other people do it. And I swear it calms your mind. And then on top of learning a new skill, you're learning more about your environment, about it doesn't have to be fishing, guys. Like, I mean, if you like baseball or anything, like, it can be just an empowerment video. But I do realize when we are home, that's something that we like to do. It's informative videos, informative movies or vlogs. Love Jamie O'Brien's vlog where we're trying to laugh, or like some of the surfer vlogs, like just anything like that. because they have such positive energy, and it's weird, like, you know, it's just on a screen, but you can still feel it, and that's the best that I can do in terms of, you know, just being at home,
Yeah.
self-meditating or manifesting in that sense. That's what we would do if we can't go outside.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
I've never done it before. I would say, like, as here and there, you know, you would catch me on YouTube Googling some things or watching how to do something new, learning a new skill. But I have definitely implemented that into our daily routine.
Nice.
So it's something I look forward to, and I love when my brain works. So yeah.
Yeah, God, it's a
Love
great
when the brain
muscle.
works.
It's got to be exercised too.
Yes.
And it doesn't get any smarter when you're doing the easy stuff. So
Yes, definitely. And yeah.
I'm with you. That's great. It just occurred to me too. So you're definitely a multifaceted, I would call you a champion for life kind of a person, because you apply those same principles to everything. You know, like you said, like people might pigeonhole you as an MMA fighter, and then, but you're a surfer and you're a partner and you're a dog mom, and you're all these characteristics, but you're not a divided person. You're very much yourself in all of these things. And there's common threads in all of those things that you apply through your positivity, through your mental drive, through your ability to just keep pushing forward, and you apply that to all that you do. It's really inspiring. So there's one question I did get, I think, already, but it was essentially, what got you to want to start fighting in MMA? Because, well, for me, I relate and I can understand. I've had some training and lived in Southeast Asia for a while. But people need to hear this from you, because you're a badass. You're an attractive wahine. And I'm sure there's like my mom was like, oh my God, you're going to mess up your face. Like, I mean,
oh my God.
So come on, tell us. Like,
that is okay. So guys, a lot of people don't know this. Well, I would say people from Maui, but I went to college on a full ride volleyball scholarship. Growing up, going back into my story, I was raised by my grandma from 2 months old. Amazing woman. I love her. She turned 74 this summer, so bless her soul. And she gave up everything for me. So going into school, I did labor work, rock wall, landscaping, drywall, construction, work with the uncles, work with all their businesses, because that's something like, okay, out of high school, I'm going to work and take care of my grandma because she's given everything for me, and that's what I need to do. It's my kuleana. And going into that, I didn't realize I had the skills as an athlete to go to college. I didn't think about that as much. So I was fortunate. I went to Kansas. I played volleyball for an amazing junior college. We were like regional, national champs, 11th in the nation. Very different scenery for me. And then going into MMA, it was crazy because I didn't do it. Like, I didn't start it because I wanted to. It was like my uncle owned the boxing gym. I came home for summer and I just wanted to get in better shape to go back up for fall. And I fell in love. Like, I'm not gonna lie, growing up as a local girl, like, I grew up around the boys, they toughened me up. I appreciate my friends so much for toughening me up, I guess you could say, as a kid, because my sister likes to say that's like oh, I gave you all the practice in the world. I'm like, okay, whatever. My sister wants to take all the credit. Anala is her name. But with that, I remember training, and I just always loved to push my body. I loved how my mind was just like, oh, like what? And like I'm just a person, like, I love to try and solve puzzles, or I just love when my brain works. So I'm like, okay, why am I feeling like this? And when I started boxing and just training and going to just do it, not just to work out, guys. I wasn't doing it, to fight. I fell in love with how you have to really push yourself. It's the ultimate physical, emotional, and mental sport, and that's why I went into it. And sorry, kind of going off track. But
no, you're good.
No, like MMA, I remember having my first fight here on Maui, with the coach against my coach's now. Sorry for something. My coach's now girl, who he was coaching. Her name is Jessica. Okay, It's through Southside Boxing. I came over here from Big Island. It was my first fight ever. I only trained 2 months ever. Like, besides fighting with my, growing up with my sister and a local, like your cousins and whatnot. And I won my fight. But guess who was my referee? My referee was Big John McCarthy, the UFC legend ref, for my first ever kickboxing
How about that?
fight. Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know who he was, first off. And after, he actually came up to me and just gave me a really good talk. I remember winning this fight, but I remember going into the fight really tired. I didn't take anything serious. I remember my coach, I was at the ending of my second round, I put my hands on top of his, like, in your corner, and I was like, Coach, I'm over it. I was like, sorry to bring this up. I was like, I'm tired. Like, I'm hungry. I was like, I want a la plate. Like, I literally told him that. And he's like, stop. Like, you can do this. Like, come on, you're winning. You have one more round. You can, and he would say that to me. You can. And I legit remember, I was like, whoa, why am I doing this? Like, I'm so out of breath. It was my first fight ever, and they didn't really understand it. Because I went in there guns blazing. I didn't go in. I went in, and it just, all my technique went out the window. It was my first fight ever. Like,
it's pretty typical.
So I was very gassed out.
Yeah.
Just put it this way, I threw so much punches, he didn't get to throw any. So,
yeah.
But I won the fight. Me and the girl are really close now.
Was it her first match too?
My first match ever.
Was it her first match?
Oh, her first match? No. She's been training for a while, and she's Latina. She's amazing. She was like, I remember knocking her down, and like in kickboxing, you cannot go up to that. You have to have your 8 count.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I was thinking, sure, it's my first fight, and they're like, get back, go in your corner. And I'm like, what? Like, like, what? I'm right here. Like,
ready to climb.
Get it over with. But it wasn't like that. So that's actually why a few fights after that, I realized like I wanted to push myself to learn MMA because I'm a striker. I came from a boxing, Muay Thai background, and I always was the person like, no, stand up and bang. Like, I want to strike. I don't want to hug. And that was always my mindset, guys, 5 years ago, that was my mindset. And now I'm like, we'll just super fast forward because I can talk forever.
You're good.
I love jiu-jitsu. I love learning. I remember getting so frustrated, and now, it's just everything you got to push through. And once you understand, you're consistent, you constantly, allow yourself to evolve. Man, it's like a chess piece, like jiu-jitsu, and I love to incorporate it. Before, you would never catch me trying to take a shot on somebody. Like, I'd rather finish the fight within the first 1 minute, that's just who I am. And now, like, kind of evolving into this all-around MMA fighter, it's crazy because I have literally, like I said, it's the ultimate physical, mental, emotional, I guess you could say it tugged at me for years. Like, with my injuries, like, can you do this? And like, yes, you can do anything you put your mind to. And when I literally just believed in myself, that was the biggest key for my huge success. Was everyone else believed in me. I would say I believed in myself, but really, when I really truly understood, like, hey, you can do anything you set your mind to. You were never a fighter, and look where you are now. You weren't gonna go to college, and look, you went to college. You went to a really great college. I was on the vice president's honor roll. I remember getting 3.6 in college. Like, to me, that's a huge accomplishment. Especially going to the mainland, learning from how we talking right here in Hawaii, and really understanding that you put your mind to anything, you can achieve it all. And I'm just gonna close with that, really, because
we need that reminder.
That was like my. Yeah, I came off a loss. I didn't fight for 2 years. My loss is really more controversial, but I don't get mad over it. It's like a life lesson for me from my other sports, and I cannot say it enough. Like, if you guys go into my highlight story, you check out the Cowboy series I posted. It'll show you like this quote I brought. Like, I opened up my phone when I landed, and it was like a manifestation. Like, I remember you see it. It was saying something like, I believe it so much, or like I see it in my visions and I already know it's reality, or something. I can't think of it right now because I'm on the phone with you, but it was in that terms, and just, sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this, but really
you got it. No,
Yeah, believing in yourself. Like MMA's hard. It's not, it's amazing. I love the sport. I love doing it. Like I love all the training. The weight cut is so hard. Like that's the hard part, The weight cut, I would say, in the media is allowing that your life is getting opened up to the world.
That's
Allowing
big
that,
too.
yeah, and it is big, and it's something that me and my boyfriend, like he was antisocial. We've actually practiced and worked through it, understand like, hey, this happens, we're to look at the positive of all the sides, and but just going into it, like believing in yourself. Everyone can believe in you, but once you believe in yourself, that's when everything just really aligns. Like I said, guys, I didn't fight for 2 years. I was injured. In those 2 years, I had 2 knee surgeries. I had people saying things that I didn't want to hear, and I wasn't going to believe it. Just put it that way. I told myself, no, I'm not going to believe it, and I'm going to do this for myself because I owe it to myself. I owe it to go and push through it, and do it correctly. So in terms of rehabbing, recovering, keeping my mind good, the ocean and the nature, like how we talked about, that all tied in. Like that's where I spent a lot of my time reflecting on my life, making sure I'm happy in my own personal life. And it's crazy because it came full circle. Like for instance, found out I was getting surgery in January. I was told I got the surgery in March, and I was told, okay, you're probably not going to be able to fight till next year. And I told myself, I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for Cowboy. Cowboy series didn't even have a fight yet. It was like something in the making. And my best friend, my teammate, she's actually won the belt. Her name is Sumiko. She fought for that show in June. Okay, so think about this, guys. March. And I manifested. I'm like, I'm going to fight for a big show. I want to fight for a title for Tough Enough. And that's how I want to end my year. I'm going to make this happen. I didn't know how I was going to do it. Like, because I just had surgery and I'm in pain, But I pushed through every single day. I remember waking up and I remember telling myself, doing those exercises you needed to do, doing what the therapist is saying, being consistent. And I had ups and downs, but overall, I always was like, I believe, like I told myself, I believe in yourself, believe in everything. You have made it this far. Like, why are you going to, don't stop. Like, keep going. Because you right here is way farther than all the way over here. And pretty much, guys, that summer came. My best friend fought for this show for the first time ever, Cowboy Fight Series. She won the belt. They didn't announce another show, but I still believe, like, hey, they didn't even announce a promotion, but I'm going to fight for them. I don't know how it's going to happen. I'm going to reach out or something's going to happen. I stayed on my game plan. I kept persevering, through my adversities. And September 6th, somebody pulled out of the fight. They had a show all the way in West Virginia. I wrote to them and it was like, hey, I want that fight. Like, I had 3 weeks to prepare. I was 80% recovered, guys. And I told myself, when opportunity, I'm not going to opportunity pass me by anymore. And when preparation opportunity meet, that's when you have success. And that's what I truly believe, because going into it, I had to be also a good person to the world. Like, that was the best. I've been better in a sense of caring for others more. I've always cared, but really, really caring for somebody else and other people more than I ever cared about myself. And then it played that full circle of how I needed help getting there, and it was like crazy. I remember my coworkers help, like donating. They're like, Kawehi, you do so good for us. You work so hard, the restaurant, and you do so good to the world. The world's going to do good to you. Like, I can feel it. I can see it. And I remember manifesting, like we think, like I have my hand raised. I'm like, it doesn't matter. And during this time, guys, Mauna Kea was happening. And I'm from the Big Island. My family is, yes, and it was hard. I was flying home on my days off over here. And every single 2-3 days off I had, I was home on Big Island, on the Mauna. I was with as much as I could be with our hui. And it's something that hits really deep, because that's my family's in the Royal Court. It's something that I was there, or that first happened right when I moved to Maui, So in that whole situation, of course, we're all feeling that pain,
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
But using that pain as my fire, using that, like, I have the privilege, not, I get to. No,
right.
It was more like I had the privilege to travel to Virginia to share our aloha and to show the people out there even with everything going on at home, even like we will fight and we will, you know, we will not stop. We will persevere through anything and we will do it with aloha. And when I went up there, I made sure one thing I would not, my grandma always says, never let the game change you. Whatever it does, do not let this game change you. Be yourself. And it's hard, but I did it. And I took up the best coffee for my girl, or I kind of stalked her Instagram, my opponent, and I saw she's a coffee lover. So I bought some Akamai coffee. That's actually what I'm drinking right now. Yeah, and I got her some like goodies, whatnot. I got her for the promotion for Donald Cerrone, whatever. She was rude, you know, and it's fine. It's a fight, you know. You gotta face off, whatnot. But it didn't matter.
Mental
I still
game there.
My flag, stay quiet, like humble, and I kept manifesting. I kept telling myself. I remember during that fight, I could have ended it early, guys, and I told myself, I really need to dig deep. I need to find in myself that this is what I wanted. This is something that I really wanted to persevere. And I remember one moment just breathing, and I'm gonna be real. Like if you guys see my highlights, I was like, my kapunas are sacrificing a lot, and they don't ask for much. So I know I can push through this. And I swear to God, guys, I had my second win. And that second win got me out of a really tight triangle that I was able to get out of reverse. It's a submission, guys. I got to reverse a submission and end up on top, dominant position, weighing down punches. And that sealed the deal for me, you know. And at the end of it, the first thing I did, I remember when it happened, I went straight to my opponent and I hugged her and I thanked her. She shrugged me off, you know, it's okay, we're cool. Like, I mean, I don't know about cool, but she's younger. And I looked at her and I was like, hey, you got your dad and your mom here. Like, that's so beautiful. Like, I had my teammates had to give up, you know, they're being away from their family. And I was like, girl, like, I remember going to her and telling her, hey, you are so tough. You don't give up. Like, look, your support, you're going to go a long way. Don't let this stop you. Just know, like, I have a lot of like power and my strength came from our lahui. It came from our people of Hawaii, because that's something like it's a privilege for us to not only display our skills and show people what I work really hard for, but to show them who we are, you know. And so that was like, that's a big reason why I continue to do this. Like, I love it. I love every part of it. But if I'm able to, like you said, just be on here, inspire someone, or help someone in the mainland understand who we are, then I did my job. I feel like, and that's all I can ask for, really.
You're radical. Somewhere
Sorry,
along the line, a long time ago, you shed your ego, and it's probably because that's not a Hawaiian trait, to be honest. There's so much more pride in family and community than anything else that you don't get a chance to really develop an ego.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. I don't know, I got goosebumps just listening to you talk then, because there's a lot of people like your opponent that was dealing with major pride in ego issues, because you go into that ring, there's nothing to prove. It's you and that person in that moment. And it's a physical chess match. You know, there's the mental part, there's the strength and the endurance part too. But so there's a lot of people out there that still don't really understand. And coming from a person like you, I knew that you weren't just I just like to pound people kind of person. There's so much more to it. It's heart, it's camaraderie, it's spirit. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Definitely. Thank you. Yeah. I've experienced it, you know, that second win or having that thought, but that fight changed everything. Like, I mean, not just that fight, but just you evolve every time, you know, guys. You're always gonna evolve, no matter what. Regardless if you're a step ahead today or you're a step backwards, you're going, you know, in a direction regardless. And I felt like that was so necessary for myself, because I could have easily said, no, it's all good, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, you know, not push through. But that wasn't the case. Like you said, we don't like to use those words. And I was like, I can. They can. I can. They can do it. I can do it. You know, and believing in yourself, it goes a very, very long way. And that's what I feel like a lot of us fighters are maybe professional athletes, we deal with the most is everyone believes in us, but really trying to convince ourselves that we believe in ourselves, you know, and what we have to offer. And yeah, just with that being said, always spread your aloha, because it goes a very long way, regardless if anyone's looking or not, whether you want to
It's not
do it
about
to
them
show
looking.
someone or
Just
not.
do it because.
Yeah, just do it, because one day something's gonna happen and you're gonna be like, oh, I know why. It's because I was good to the world, and the world is, you know, it's coming back full circle. So yeah, that was just like my story of how it really came back full circle. Like he gave you guys a timeline from January, March, you know, fought September 28th, and then right after that fight, got offered the Tough Enough fight, you know, for the belt. And that was something, like I said, I talked about in the beginning of the year. Didn't even know how it was going to happen. So with that being said, guys, just always push forward through your adversities, you know, regardless. I have bad days. I have them. You know, we all do. We all have them. And it's not something to be afraid of anymore, but just recognize it. Understand what makes you feel uneasy, or what, you know, triggered anything. And once you recognize that, then you know how to push forward and to overcome it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
use discernment in that moment. Yeah.
Yeah. The smile, I mean, I smile all the time. I love it. I love smiling, but yeah.
Beautiful. Well, we got about 10, 15 minutes left. So I want to give away these hats. Do you think that you have any kind of random questions off the top of your head that you'd like to ask anybody that's listening out there, see if they were paying attention? I got one, but it's kind of gives people a 50-50 chance. So I think I'd give you a chance to see if you could come up with something a little harder.
Okay. Do you want to, or what is your question? Do you want to text it to me?
No.
Okay.
Ask. Yeah, mine's pretty basic, so don't worry. So if you,
you got a good. Okay. Oh.
challenge them. If they don't get it, we can make it
I
easier.
want to challenge, guys. I'm challenging you. Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna do a giveaway right now. We're gonna give away.
We're
gonna ship one of these hats wherever you are. If you can answer this question in the comments section below.
It has to be something great, because I know a lot of followers know these answers without even watching.
Well, that's okay. We want to give them something, so that's cool. Hopefully, you've got some family and stuff watching anyway.
How long have I been in Maui?
Good one.
That was a good question.
Yeah, because you mentioned that before, yeah.
I did mention it, but I don't always talk about it like that. So
you got to be listening, or you got to know her.
Yeah. If you guys want to win that hat, drop in the comments below. How long have I been living in Maui? And you get a choice. Polycana, you cannot answer. Oh! High five!
Boom!
I don't even know. Yes, what is your name? What is your name?
Ooh, you sucker. So I got to write that one down, so we're going to make sure we get you a hat.
I'm not
awesome
even
job.
sure if we follow each other, but that, my Kai, yes, he was paying attention. Or you, sorry. I can't see, but congratulations.
Beautiful. That was so
yes.
great. I can't believe it's already been almost an hour. Honestly, I feel like we barely chipped away at any of this, but we got some really great pieces in there. People got to know you a little bit better. Plus, hopefully got inspired by the fact that the easy stuff is going to pass. The hard stuff is worth leaning into and working hard, no matter what, no matter when, no matter what's going around. You got to focus on the things that you do have control over. And it's not as many things as we think we have control over, you know? Yeah. So narrow that.
Before, sorry, just to touch on that. I was talking to my girl, I have like a team of girls, but one really good thing, guys, for your mindset shift is understanding that once you really understand that you cannot control everything, that you can only be in control of what you're in control of. For instance, I'm in control of being on this IG live, right? But I'm not in control of going to do the dishes right now, doing other things. So that stress, I need to recognize, like, I can't be in control of that right now. So that's going to help you release any extra stress that you have been putting on yourself when you realize, like, I did what I did, and that's all I was capable of being in control of. And now I have to just, let the circumstances or alternate circumstances happen in the way it's supposed to. Yeah. And just by understanding that small thing, it can help you, with any extra burdens or stress that you may be feeling on yourself. Like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. Trust me, guys, that's my mind every single day, every morning.
Pinball machine.
Realizing, yeah, sometimes things don't happen the way you want it to. It's okay. Just know, like, you can only control so much. Yeah. And don't let your emotions control you. You control yourself. You control what you think of yourself, what you feel about yourself. Just because someone wants to say something or have their own input, it doesn't matter. Because once you can really grasp that, I like to say it's like freedom. You have freedom because like, you're doing the best you can every single day, and it's okay. It's okay if things don't always work out, because they will when they're supposed to. Everything has a timeline. That's like kind of
might not be your timeline.
Yeah, and I had to realize that. I was like, I wanted to fight, do all these things, but it wasn't my time. I had to grow. I had to learn some things, and to see, like, it come full circle, guys. Everything that you want in your life, it's gonna happen when it's meant to happen. Keep yourself in the right path. Keep yourself strong. I'm always here to talk stories. Seth is amazing,
Contact us. We're here.
Yes, that's all I really want to say. And believe in yourself. Never, not even going to say that. Just believe in yourself, because your belief is going to take you farther than anybody else's belief in yourself. That's for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
You nailed it. Kawehi, such an honor to talk with you today. I can't wait to get some more time and maybe get to meet you in person in the future. Maybe get in the ocean would be really cool.
Yeah, I know. You paddled this morning. I was like, oh.
That totally put me in the best mindset, because I've been tired and I've been juggling too much. And talking to Pancho, he kept going on about getting in the ocean. I'm like, I can see it from my house. And so boat went on my car. I got in there at sunrise this morning, threw the lines in. I even jumped in the water. It was beautiful. So yeah.
I'm glad. No, when you said that, I was like, okay, we're going to the water after. So thank you.
I'm going to go hit my bags. I'm going to go hit my bags later.
Yes. High five. See, guys, inspire each other. Inspired and be inspired. You just go this in a circle.
That's
it.
I love that. Ripple effect. Thank you. I'm honored. And do you want to make mention of any of your other businesses or anything like that while we still got people around? Fair enough. No big deal.
But I would love to. Besides this amazing business right here, I have a lot of sponsors, but it's all cool. I feel like I just wanted to focus on this. And cool. Other than that, guys, if you need any good hair products, I can help you with that.
There you go.
My other business, or just need a positive support group, whether it's men or women. I'm your girl. I have an amazing organization and culture that we love to keep our aloha safe and just uplift each other. If you guys ever need anything, just hit my DM. We can talk. I can explain what this is and more. But other than that, before we hang up, I really just want to emphasize that for me personally, I have been blessed with many sponsors, and teaming up with Spirit of Can has been something really deep in my heart. Like Seth said, it's not about the clothing, like, yeah, this is comfortable and all that stuff, but it's the meaning behind it. And I have always set out to be, if I make it all the way to the UFC, wherever I go, if they try and sign me with a big promotion or company, guys, I look at it like I want to make sure their values and their mission is something I stand behind.
You have control over that.
Spirit of Can, yes, the Spirit of Can, I stand behind everything about it. Just know, like, we're here. Pandemic, anything, your mental. I love that how we focus, and we keep that positivity and mentality of pushing forward and can do anything. So I really just want to shout out this, right now. Thank you, Seth, because now, look, I'm awake. I had a workout this morning. I'm so happy right now.
Pumped.
I didn't even drink my coffee all the way.
I know. I didn't drink
I'm a
much either.
coffee person if I don't drink this. So I'm just really grateful to have had this call with you, Seth, and thank you for even allowing me to share, you know, my story, getting to talk stories with people on here. Yeah, I don't know what to say, but
You said it.
this really just made my day. So thank you. I just appreciate this so much.
Definitely an honor for me as well. Mahalo nui loa. You guys heard it right here,
Mahalo
live
nui
and
loa.
direct, no editing. This is real. This is your girl right here.
Yeah.
She's your champion for life. If you need anything, just check in with us. We're around.
Got you guys,
Nobody's
brothers,
insignificant.
sisters.
Nobody
Yeah.
is insignificant. Check in with
Yeah.
Spirit of Can if you'd like to get some stuff. You know, www.spiritofcan.com.
Yes, check it out. If not, keep the aloha alive, guys, and stay strong. Through it all, look, right there. I have it tattooed on me. Stay strong. Aloha.
Aloha.